Today we're here to talk about Sisterlocks. It's been a long time coming, and I've avoided talking about my locks because I haven't been too kind to my locks of late. They've been definitely on the back burner. I definitely haven't enjoyed my Sisterlocks experience in quite some time. So I've just been kind of existing with this hairstyle. I have moved twice since my install. I am 5 years and 9 months locked, and my hair has grown in length. There have been ups and downs. Let's talk about it. The hard stuff, the less glamorous parts of the Sisterlocks journey, because for some of us, the question that quietly creeps in is it time to pivot to another hairstyle? Is it time to combine? Is it time to go to loose natural? Is it time to wear braids? What's next for me and my hair journey? Let's talk consultants. If you're blessed to have one that vibes with you, that's reliable, that you love how your hair looks when you leave, that you love the experience in their space, that's wonderful. Because for some people, finding a skilled, available, and somewhat affordable Sisterlocks consultant can feel like searching for a unicorn. Between having to reschedule based on availability, long wait times, finding someone who's taking new or transfer clients, it's a lot. And finding a hairstylist in itself, regardless of what hairstyle you're wearing these days, the price continues to go up. So one of the things that you have to consider if you are like me and you've been working hard to reach your professional goals, and sometimes for some of us, that requires relocation. If you don't want to self-retie, you have to look to see if maybe the area that you're seeking employment in, if there are a lot of African-American people. If there's a decent population of African-American folks, you may be able to find either a Sisterlocks consultant who is taking new clients or a Sisterlocks trainee. So that's one thing to consider. As you move around, as you think about moving city to city, state to state, are there African-American people there? And are there places that do Sisterlocks? And if not Sisterlocks, microlocks, interlocks? Is it 100% necessary for you to stick with the brand? At this point, 5 years and 9 months in, I'm not so tied to that. I'm looking for someone who does good work, who takes care of their clients, and it's a little bit fast and has decent pricing. So if you're not a Sisterlocks consultant, but you have an amazing reputation and I can see examples of your work, it may be okay. And one of the things that we recognize if you currently have Sisterlocks, if you've had them for quite some time, and if your hair grows quickly, if you miss an appointment by a couple weeks, by a month, then that means your appointment is going to take so much longer and it's going to cost so much more. You run the risk of weakening your locks and losing locks. I have lost multiple locks since the beginning of my journey. I have a little snack bag full of lost locks. I'm hopeful that one day I'll find someone who can reattach them, but at some point it gets to be a lot. But I recognize my own role in not being consistent with my hair appointments. And my edge locks particularly, have snapped. Snapped. Gone. Yeah. Gone. And so it's just really important that you know that Sisterlocks are an investment in your time and your resources. So you're sitting in that chair for a long time and you're paying big money to get it done. Just so you know. Now let's talk about the weight of long locks. This hairstyle is what I wear sometimes after a wash day. So I have let my hair air dry for about 2 days. And what's so funny is like when I wear my hair up, that's when I get the most compliments from people around me. When I just kind of ball my hair up on top of my head after a wash day, because I do try to do some type of style to it so that I can wear it to work and it not interrupt my life. And so I get a lot of compliments when I wear it up in these styles that are just basically me trying to keep wet hair off of my shirt. So I wanted to go ahead and start taking down my hair to show you how I wash. So I wash in a style that I'm going to call the Felicia. The Felicia. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 plaits, and that's it. And I can say that having longer locks has allowed me the opportunity to be a little bit more lazy with my braid out and not do a whole head full of braids. I do usually tie the ends under with a small elastic band. Usually the night before I take out the braids, I take out the elastic band and unravel the tips So it'll just be a quicker process when I'm ready. So I've heard people talk about detangling. Detangling did not become an issue for me until my hair got longer. Now it's an issue when I'm taking down like top knots or buns, where I have to do finger combing to ensure that my hair is not too tangled. And usually I'll do that with a little bit of leave-in conditioner because I don't want to risk additional breakage of my hair. I also invested in a Loc Comb, which I'll show you at the end of this video, which I thought when I first saw it was a very gimmicky product, but I found myself always finger combing my hair, and I just thought it would be a nice tool as someone who wears dipped nails to not risk damaging my hair with my nails or damaging my nails with my hair. Yes, vice versa. So I just thought it would be a good tool to have, and so I have one, and I use it every now and again. It's not all the time. I'm not combing my hair every day. I have also purchased some brushes for my edges, particularly the kitchen in the back, which has got a little while now that I have some lock breakage. And also, as you work with your Sisterlocks consultants, make sure that that person knows if you're a person who likes to wear their hair up a lot, so that as they are reinstalling baby locks, that the back is even. So your hair looks good when you wear it up and not just out of order and messy. So I wear my hair up a lot usually. I don't like the placement of some of my recent baby locks, whatever. And so sometimes I'll cut them off, be honest. I haven't lately, but sometimes I will cut off those baby locks. Yeah, so I've become a little bit more, I don't know, careless with my hair, maybe a little bit. So the physical weight is why I still braid out my hair. I cannot stand how heavy these locks can get when they're wet. And it's just easier for me when it's braided. It's so heavy when you're washing it out as hair. So detangling the roots, keeping the parts clear, separating locks so they don't merge. So I love having long locks. This was the length that I had always aspired to achieve. And here it is. But this length is so hard to put up in a bun. It was cute for a long time. Now it's not cute at all. It just looks like you just stacked a whole bunch of hair in your head and can't necessarily hold it with one elastic. So that's not a lot of fun. I gotta bend and contort and have my head all upside down in order to really make a decent bun. And also the length. Let me show you the length. The length is such that I'm monitoring it constantly to make sure that it doesn't get so long that it's sitting in my lap. I don't want it sitting in my lap. I don't want to be surprised that I am sitting on it. I don't want to get it caught in the door. You have to have heightened awareness of where your hair is in every situation. You have to move around it to see in your periphery. You have to be mindful of it when you're eating. You have to be mindful of what you're eating and whether the smell of that will be stuck in your hair for days. Yeah. So that's just something to think about. Also, an update on how it looks in the back. Probably wild right now. I'm okay with that. That's fine. So I have started working with a dermatologist again, and I am taking minoxidil orally instead of topically. I started by taking half a pill for a certain amount of time, and now I'm taking a full pill. I'm still on my first bottle of it. I was really concerned after taking it for the first time because I felt a little tight in the throat. And if you've ever had an allergic reaction, if anything gives you the tight in the throat feeling, you put it down. I tried it again after telling my coworkers I'm trying a new medication. And I also brought some liquid Benadryl with me, some children's liquid Benadryl, just in case I had a reaction. Tried it, it was fine. So I'm back on it on a daily basis. It's too early to determine if it's working or not. I just wanted to confirm that I am working with a dermatologist now for the alopecia that's at the top of the crown of my head. And I am taking oral minoxidil, hoping that it can help. The fact that I can see the big shiny bald spot at the top of my head now when I look at my hair is discouraging. I'm just going to say that. So I am not as in love and excited about my Sisterlocks journey as I was years ago, but life has changed. I have aged, that was like 5 years ago, and I was already middle-aged when I started. Oftentimes I have my hair up to camouflage the spot. We're going to try to be consistent with the minoxidil, and we will see what happens. I am really thinking about just going back to my home stylist, the lady who installed me, to maintain my hair. It is a journey because I am in Northern California and she's in Texas. I don't know. The drive to my current consultant is a long way. Sometimes I would just rather risk my locks falling out. And they have. So like I said, the periphery of locks is janky. And how that impacts me when I put my hair up is I sometimes twist one broken lock around a full lock. But the payoff for that in the back was that it caused the longer lock to break off. Punch the air. So what I think is going to happen is the next time I go to get my hair retied here in California, the consultant is not going to have time to retie my whole head. And so I will have two options when she's done. Either I can self-retie, which I've taken the class to do, or I can just go to someone else. And maybe that'll be the opportunity for me to go back to the person who established my locks. This person is also a cosmetologist, I believe. I would go back and ask her to retie the remaining locks that haven't been touched, to cut my hair, maybe even color. I just feel like I need a reset. I can't say that I have, throughout my Sisterlocks journey, worked with really great people. We're very kind. And I'm happy with the folks that I have found. I found a really nice consultant in Ohio, in Columbus. So I have several recommendations I can share with you if you're looking for someone in Texas, Ohio, and now California. I think one of the things anyone who is considering getting Sisterlocks need to realize is you cannot treat your Sisterlocks like braids. Okay? Braids are a temporary situation. Oftentimes it's covering your natural hair and it's a protective style, but this is your hair. And so it does require care and maintenance, more than I've given mine. And maybe, my hair is a cautionary tale to you, I don't know. When I saw people with this hair in the past, it was a goal, but now, child, I'm tired. I am tired. So you can't treat this like braids. Follow the instructions of your Sisterlock consultant. If you see someone with long, flourishing locks, edge locks intact, beautiful grid, and a hair texture that is similar to yours, which is essential, that you follow their advice and you do not just get them and forget them like they are braids, which has been my issue. And as to why, I think there are a lot of factors. Being in a state of transition for so many years, moving around, seeking my educational and professional goals. Also just lost in 2023, I lost my sister, and there are a lot of things that were priorities before that just have not been. My reality has shifted and I don't often think about my hair. I honestly don't. In fact, it's going to take me some energy and time to focus on getting into a routine and even just the self-care of it all. It's just going to take some time, because where it was kind of a hobby to, check the length and, are you going to braid out? Are you going to twist out? Are you going to do this and this? I can't say I care about that anymore. I mean, I want to look nice. I want clean hair. I'd rather that it didn't fall out. But also it's just hair. I keep harping on these edge locks. So whether it's the perimeter lock, I think it's the tension of being this long, being sensitive edges anyway. These locks have a tendency to fall out for me. I don't think my hair was meant to be long on these edges. And so I try not to be too upset about it, because it's a long lock of hair growing out of the front of your head. Maybe it wasn't meant to be. I do want to take more care to make sure that those locks that are in the front that are not on the perimeter stay in place. I'm going to work on that. Yeah, I think I am over caffeinated and underhydrated, if that makes sense. I need to have more water in my diet. I need to have more water. So I think it's tension. I think it's lack of water, a poor diet, stress, genetics. All those factors have been working against me when it comes to my edge locks. They gone, honey. Yeah, like I showed you when I was like this right here. These gone. These gone. These gone. It's really disheartening to me, but right now I just have to rethink what I'm going to do with this hair. Is it worth salvaging, or should I start over? I'm at least going to cut off 3 inches, maybe 4. So now let's talk about combining. If I change to a new style, it would have to be something that I can maintain myself. I would seriously consider having small locks, maybe palm rolled locks. I don't know if I will continue with interlocking, even though I like the look of interlocking. That's it. This point in the journey has not been a pleasant one. I haven't completely given up on Sisterlocks. I feel like I need to reframe my outlook on my hair and self-care. Now that I've become more settled, I've been in California for 10 months now, and I can really prioritize self-care a little bit more than I have been with transitioning to this new place and this new job and just a new culture, new everything. I just want to normalize talking about the full journey, and that it is not always pretty hair and spraying this and trying this product and trying this twist out, trying this braid out, trying this new lock product and this new comb, and you should get this and that and rose water. Just want to normalize real talk. We're at a rough part. We are. With life, I would say coming out on the other side of grief a little bit, but it's always going to be there. With work, establishing a new normal and doing okay. With self-care, we've hit a setback, so we got to do better. I also wanted to do a quick recap of products that I still use. So I talked about these little hair bands. I use these when I braid and band, which I still do. I have scrunchies. Sometimes I use these to put my hair up at night. Bigger elastic bands. That Loc Comb that I told you about. It helps in a pinch when you're trying to detangle. It's not an everyday product. Buy if you want it. I don't feel like it's an essential, but good to have. I have a little comb for the edges in the back, in the kitchen, and also a brush. They came in a set. I'll make sure to link these products. These are Amazon products. And I have this scalp brush. Also, I have my favorite leave-in condition, the Pravana Intense Therapy Leave-In. And I've also found this in a travel size that I take with me in my carry-on luggage. I have this all sorted because I've been on a recent trip, but here it is. The Pravana travel size and the full size. So also Suave Daily Clarifying. I use this because I like the lather and it feels clean. And also when I'm trying to get my hair to feel a little bit more, I don't know, a little less soft sometimes. I'm trying to get a good braid out. I might use the Suave. I feel like the braid outs hold better if I'm using just this. But also sometimes I will use this for the first wash and then switch to the Carol's Daughter for the second wash and then rinse. So 2 shampoos. And this is so super cheap. I don't know if it's even $3. I like having both of these in my arsenal of hair products. In the description, I'll share more of my favorite hair products for you. I'm so glad that you joined me for another lock video. I will try to do more Sisterlocks and hair content. I will try to find my joy in hair again. I have definitely lost it. I will try to be brave enough to wear my hair down sometimes, even though I am self-conscious about the back of my hair. I'm going to continue taking my medication and seek other consultation if I need to, as far as professional help for maintaining the hair that I still have. Closing thoughts, Sisterlocks are beautiful. I love them. I've enjoyed this journey. I'm still very glad that I did it. I do not know how long it will continue, honestly. I may go to a very short natural style that is very easy to maintain. I might have a couple dents in my head right now, though. I don't know where the dips. I feel like it's a dip right up in here. And so I might be limited on what style I can do. I might be a cornrow and a wig girly. I don't know. I need options. You got thoughts, please share them. I would love to know if you're considering the Sisterlock journey or if you're on it, the high points, the low points, things you're considering, questions that you'd like me to answer. hopefully we can get back in it and I can find community in the natural hair lock community, the Sisterlocks, the inner lock community, because I just need some support right now if I'm going to continue with this hairstyle, to be quite honest, because it's getting tired for me. Have you considered combining your locks? Are you feeling the same? Are you good? Let's talk about it in the comments. I look forward to your input. Thank you for hanging out with me. If it's the first time or again, I appreciate your time. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell if you'd like to see future videos. If you like lock and hair videos, I have a playlist for you right here. Thanks, and I will see you next time.